Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Merry Christmas. It's Sunday and it's past 8 p.m. and I want us to talk about Koica scholarship. It is a very good scholarship that can actually enable you study in South Korea, but for some reason, Koica scholarship is not getting that much attention that it deserves. I think I understand why. It is partly because the scholarship is mainly for those who are working. Excuse me, I need to share it with the groups, the Facebook groups that I run. So if you are not yet following me in any of those groups, you might want to follow me in those groups. And also, please make sure you share, because I receive a lot of messages from people requesting that I should help them with their personal statement and other documents, essays that can enable them to succeed in their scholarships in South Korea, but I don't see that engagement from them as well. Anyway, let's get into Koica. What is Koica? Koica is just a South Korean government organization that is stationed in different countries that South Korea is in partnership with those countries. Because the organization is stationed in those countries, they have some kind of a partnership with those different countries, and they are kind of helping those countries depending on the need of those countries. So for example, if let's say you're coming from Nigeria or any other country and your government says their focus is on education, then they'll focus on education, but they have a set of universities that they call partner universities in South Korea, which means Koica is in partnership with those universities in South Korea, and those universities do offer programs in English, which means if you go to South Korea, you will be able to study in English in those different universities. The degree majors that are available will be taught in English in those different universities in South Korea. The universities or the programs are 15 in number. So if you want to do a master's degree in South Korea, you can consider Koica scholarship. If you want to do a PhD in South Korea, you can consider Koica scholarship. So this scholarship is mainly for those who want to do either a master's or a PhD. But for PhD, it is kind of limited. So for PhD, you can only apply to do a PhD under Koica scholarship if you had once received a Koica master's degree scholarship and you went through the program and then graduated. In that case, you can then apply to go and do a PhD under Koica scholarship, and there is a process that you must follow to obtain a Koica scholarship. Since I said one of the eligibility criteria is that you should be working for a government in your home country, that is why this scholarship is not that popular. But for those who are working in any of the countries that I'm going to show later on, if you're working for your home government or any affiliated institution, you should consider applying to go and do your degree program, be it your master or PhD. If you had once obtained a Koica scholarship to do a master's degree in South Korea, you can then consider going in for a PhD under Koica as well. But they have criteria that you have to also respect, some other criteria that you have to respect. I'm not going to focus so much on PhD. I'll focus more on master's degree. Like I said, they have 15 master's degree program. And what is the application process? The application process is that first you must be nominated by your home government. So you must either be working for your government or you should be working for an organization that is affiliated to your government. So for example, maybe there is a company that is in charge of producing maybe electricity, and they are kind of affiliated to the government. They might be autonomous, but they are kind of linked with the government. You can use the company to apply for Koica. If you work maybe for an NGO that is kind of affiliated to your home government, there are many different processes that you can follow to obtain a Koica scholarship. So if you're smart about it, you can still obtain a Koica scholarship. So don't let the idea that you should be a government worker discourage you from applying to the Koica scholarship. So normally it is required that you should be nominated by your home government, which means if you work for maybe your Ministry of Education, if you're a teacher, you already have a bachelor's degree, you can apply either through your Ministry of Education to go and do a Koica scholarship. So your Ministry of Education will have to select you among the list of candidates who would apply for the scholarship, and then they would select you and then send your documents to Koica office in your home country. Koica has offices in all of the affiliated countries that they are present at. I'll show it later on. Koica will then screen your documents. If you succeed in the Koica screening process, the next thing is the university that you're interested in studying at. If there is a university that has a major that you're interested in doing that major, that university would equally have to screen your application. Yeah, so basically that's the process, but let's kind of look at it. Let me show it to you. Let me share my screen. So like I said, submission of application, you must be nominated by your home government. That's the most important. You have to be nominated by your home government. Where is my pen? This is it, the first one. The next one is that you would have an interview with the Korean embassy in your home country, and then there is a medical checkup and also a test conducted by the university, and then you get your visa. In most cases, once you've succeeded in the Koica interview and you've also succeeded in the university interview, there is no way the embassy is going to deny you a visa. And then when you get back to South Korea, you would equally do a medical checkup and then start your degree, and then you're expected to return to your home country after the studies, unless you decide that you no longer want to go back to your home country and continue with your work. It's totally fine, but you must make sure you probably get another scholarship to maybe do a PhD, or if you're lucky, find a job in South Korea with your master's degree. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. So that's the first step that you must make sure you follow. And also another thing is that you cannot just choose a university in South Korea and then say that you want to go and do your master's degree at that university. There is a list of universities that Koica is in partnership with those universities. You can only apply to do one of the majors that are available in those universities. So let's look at the list of universities that are available for Koica. It is important to know that Koica scholarship had been launched long time ago, since November, but there is no deadline. And the reason why there is no deadline is because, like I said, it is a scholarship that is very good, but at the same time it's not popular. Not too many people know about this scholarship, and not too many people know about this scholarship because it is mainly for those who are already working. That is why it is not that popular. If it was for everybody, trust me, the number of applications will be too many. That is why, for example, you have scholarships like Global Korean Government Scholarship that has thousands of people applying, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people applying to get that scholarship. But if you can just get a job and then have at least minimum 3 years of work experience, this is another great opportunity. This is really another great opportunity. So let's look at the universities that are available for application. Like I said, you have 15 universities, as you can see here, total of 15 universities, and these are the master's degree programs that are available. So it is important that you go to the Koica website. This is the Koica website. To get the Koica website, there is one website that is authentic. This one, it says CIAT. If you click on this website, this page will open, and then you have to go down and then look for this icon. Click on that. It will take you to this page where you have these two gentlemen smiling, and then you would find notice. It is down at the bottom of the page. Click on that plus sign, and then it will take you to this page where you would find this general notice. The general notice is simply announcing, this is it basically. It's talking about, it's like a poster announcing the scholarship. If you look here, they say deadline is January. By January, there is no fixed date. If it happens that they cannot get that many students, they will keep on waiting until maybe end of January, or maybe even extend it to February. That is what Koica usually does, because not too many. I remember talking to one lady a few years ago. She's from Nigeria. So she had applied for Koica scholarship and had not yet received any feedback, and she was like kind of worried. She's a teacher. And then she kind of asked, is it that I was rejected? I told her, maybe you're rejected, but there is one thing about Koica scholarship. Just keep your faith intact. You might get the scholarship because not that many people do apply to Koica scholarship. And a few weeks later, she sent me a message telling me that she received an email about Koica scholarship, that she had passed the embassy screening and that she's supposed to wait for the university screening. So in most cases, they would say January. Before you know it, we are into February and maybe even March, because there is a total number of seats. If you look here on this document, there is a total number of seats that must be filled. So if you look here, KDI, Korea Development Institute of Public Policy and Management. This university also has lots of scholarships in South Korea for masters and PhD. They have way too many. It's like a policy institute that has many companies offering scholarships to international students to study in South Korea. But many people do not know. I have videos on my channel on KDI. Many people do not know. For KDI, and I think KDI might have 2 degree programs. Exactly. This is it. KDI has public policy and management, and they have public policy and management again. But if you look here, the programs are different. This one is trade and industry policy for innovative growth and resilience, and the other one is sustainable regional development. And the quota is the 115 students. Maybe you might think 15 students is way too much, but before you know it, it's February. This university has not yet had up to 15 students for that degree program. And if they cannot have that number of students who've applied, they'll keep on pushing the date. Until they'll get to February. But it does not mean you should not get your documents ready as soon as possible. For PhD, they usually have about 5 universities that are in PhD. Normally there is Ewa Women University, I think it's gender equality. There's Hanyang University. There is Seoul National University. There is Korea University, and there is one other university that I don't. Okay, Korea National University of Education. They have, I think, Global Leaders Education kind of something there. for PhD. But like I said, for PhD, you must have graduated from a Koica master's degree program and then went back to your home country, worked for a while, and then decided to go back to Korea to do a PhD. So for PhD, it's kind of a bit complicated. But masters, if you are working for your home government, take the opportunity, apply for Koica scholarship. It is a good scholarship. With the benefits are also good. So if you go down here, you'll find the different universities and the degree programs. I'll provide a link to this website down in the description section. If you know you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do. And again, happy Christmas. I know I have been missing for a while, but life is busy in Asia. So the next one is the eligibility. You have, normally Koica is for OECD, dark list of ODL recipient countries. Basically, these are countries that are considered to be poor. So in Africa, you have 40 countries. You must make sure your country is on the list if you want to apply. I think Nigeria is on this list because, yeah, there's Nigeria. There's Cameroon, and you have South Africa. For Central and South America, you have the list here. There is Asia, and then there is the Pacific list of countries. So you must make sure you find your country on this list before applying. If your country is not on this list, please don't waste your time. And also, there is an age limit, but they say under 40 preferably, but you can still get the scholarship if you are above 40. So it should not discourage you. Go ahead and apply. Yeah. It's very important that you make sure you read the restrictions. For example, it says here, applicants who apply to the Koica doctoral degree program must be scholars who have successfully completed Koica master's degree program. So don't go and apply for a PhD if you had not once received a Koica scholarship to do a master's degree in South Korea. There is a whole playlist on Koica scholarship on my channel. I kind of had interviews with people from Nigeria, Ghana, and other countries who had once received the scholarship. I think it will be important for you to go ahead and learn from their experiences. Koica scholarship, or any scholarship, be it in Korea, the formula is that the first thing, if you want to get any scholarship, be it the global Korean government scholarship, start learning about that country. Learn basic things about that country. Learn about the university that you want to go and study at. Language is very important. South Korea is a Korean country. They speak Korean language. Learn basics like 안녕하세요, 잘 지냈어요, 어떻게 지냈어요, 어디에 가요. These simple things are things that will move Koreans at the Korean embassies. Koreans do not need that much to be moved by somebody. Basically, I can say it's easy to flatter Koreans by speaking the language. They like to see that you're interested in their country. And being interested in a country is a good thing, because if you're not interested in the country, you might go to that country and face some hardships, and you might not like the country, and you might start behaving funny. Like, for example, you have this crazy guy from which country? America, Johnny Smalley, who was here in Japan, did some terrible things in Japan, and then went to Korea and kissed the comfort women. I think we should start talking about stories from Korea, because there is a lot about South Korea that people can learn, understand, and it's going to help them. If you know about South Korea, it's going to help you in your scholarship application. Don't just apply for the sake of applying. Show them that you're interested in the country by learning something about the language. learning about the area where that university is at. Because, for example, some universities are in Seoul, the capital of South Korea, and some universities are out of Seoul. You might go to a university like Korea National University of Education, which is, I think, in Cheongju province, and it is kind of isolated. But the good thing about South Korea is that they have a very good public transportation, which means you can always go to any part of South Korea. If you don't learn about the country and then you apply and then you go to that country, you don't like it, you misbehave, and Koreans see, when they look at somebody, if they see a Nigerian behaving badly, they think every Nigerian behaves that way, which means you're leaving a negative impact in your country. If they see a Ghanaian behaving funny, they know that every Ghanaian behaves that way. If they see a Ghanaian behaving well, wherever you go, you say Korean, and the person says Ghana, and they say good, chua, chua, chua. So the reasons why sometimes they limit the quota per country is based on prior applicants' behavior. So it's very important that you learn about any country that you want to visit and then go there and behave well, so that you don't become a burden or a barrier to future applicants. Okay. I don't usually like making too long videos. I think I've already crossed the mark of 20 minutes. Let me just see if there is anything, because sometimes people comment. If there is no comment, if there's nothing, I'll end the video. Yeah. And then hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Let's bring back Sunday Life. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.